Hello Pokemon lovers and welcome to another episode of Rating ALL Pokémon. I hope you had a really good Easter. I hope you had some dope foods, found some eggs or whatever people do when it's Easter. I just eat many things. So that's what I do. I hope yours was good. Yay! Anyway, what's new? Pokemon. I have 5 Pokemon for you today. They are all okay Pokemon that I have never used in my playthrough, and I have just decided today that I am going to use these Pokemon in my current playthrough that I only just started because I'm very slow. So I'm gonna use these guys because I don't really know them personally, you know? So let's just start with number 417. It is Pachirisu. I don't know how to say it because it's a very strange name, but apparently for the Pikachu clones, it's fine to have the weird Japanese names. Cool. Pachirisu is the Pikachu clone of Gen 4. It is a squirrel, an electric squirrel. It's very cute. I remember it being like a complete hype at one of the World Championships a few years ago where someone had a Pachirisu in their team and rocked it, and then everyone wanted one, but they couldn't do it because too much skill involved. I don't actually remember that much of it, but I know it was like, oh my god, is that a Pachirisu in the World Championships? Oh my god! And everyone went crazy. So that happened. Pachirisu is actually very, very adorable. It sleeps sometimes. When it sleeps on its tail. It curls itself around its tail and then uses it as a pillow. And it's so cute. Pachirisu very often sheds its fur, and when it does, it makes its fur into these balls, but since Pachirisu's fur is filled with static electricity, it makes these balls out of them. These balls are made of static electricity, and it hides food inside these balls, and then it hides these balls, saying a lot of balls right now. It hides the balls, and then when someone finds it, they get shocked, and he's like, hell yeah, you don't no touching my food. Don't touch my food. You do you, Pachirisu. Good job. Pokemon Platinum says, a pair may be seen rubbing their cheek pouches together in an effort to share stored electricity. I think that's cute. Cute, cute. It's a cute squirrel. I really like squirrels, personally. I don't know what shiny Pachirisu looks like. It's pink! It's pink! I'd rather have the blue one, but it's pink! Pachirisu is based on a squirrel, as I mentioned many times before. Its name, Pachirisu, comes from Pachi Pachi, which is the sound of electricity, like the crackling sound, and Risu, which means squirrel. I give Pachirisu a 4 out of 5. Next up is number 418, Buizel. I don't actually know how Americans say that, but in Dutch we say Buizel. And I don't think Buizel? Buizel? How do English-speaking people say Buizel?
Hi, I'm Jason Sudeikis.
No, that is not.
Of course, I know that's Weasel's evolved form.
Weasel?
Sure it'll work out fine. You can do it, Weasel!
Alright, Weasel it is. Buizel? I have never heard that, and it makes so much sense. I am completely shocked. Weasel. Buizel. Oh my god. Number 418 is Buizel. Now, Buizel is based on an otter or a weasel, one of the two, kind of both. I always saw it as an otter, but apparently it's more of a weaselly boy. It has this flotation device around its neck that it uses to like float around a little bit. It can make it expand by breathing into it, or like breathing pretty much, and then it can float and its little head will pop out of the water, which I think is adorable. It has 2 tails and it can use those as a propeller, and it propels itself through the water, which I also think is very awesome. It's a very fast swimmer, that's something we can establish, and while it floats with its little thing, with its head above the water, it can just move the heck through the water like a fast little boy. Now, Weasel can also use its 2 tails as a propeller to fly, just like Tails from Sonic. Oh my god. Who was first? Was it Tails or was it Buizel? It was Tails. This boy is based on a Weasel and an otter. I personally, again, still think it looks way more like an otter than it does a Weasel, but sure. And the French name is Mouste Bouet. Mouste Bouet, which comes from mustelide. Sounds fucking Italian when I say it. Mustelide, which is a Weasel, and Bouillet, which is the boy. Let's say that again. Mouste Bouet. 5 out of 5. At level 26, Buizel evolves into Floatzel. Now, Floatzel is actually really cool. His flotation device is around its back and its neck. My neck. Okay, let's not do that. So it kind of like can lay on its back when it inflates it and just chill on it like a little boat. And I think that's fucking cool. Now, because Floatzel has this flotation device on its back, Floatzel can be used in rescue missions of people who are drowning because it's so easy to hold on to it while it just floats and propels its way through the water. I don't know, design-wise, I think Floatzel is really cool and well thought of. It's an otter, it's a floating boat, it can propel itself through the water. I don't know, it looks really cool. And then on the other hand, it looks like cute as hell and it looks tough, which I always think is a good thing with Pokemon. So now, as I mentioned before, Floatzel is based on otters and weasels, but it may also be based on the Kamaitachi, which is a weasel otter-like creature from Japanese mythology. Now, the Kamaitachi wasn't actually a good rescue boy. It literally just scared people with its big claws, but it does kind of look like it. Gotta be honest. I give Floatzel a 5 out of 5. Very cool Pokemon. Now, next up is number 420. It's the Blazit Pokemon, Cherubi. So hilarious, I'm so funny. No, it is the cherry Pokemon, Cherubi. Now, Cherubi does have a small head floating next to its head that looks like it has had a little bit too much weed, but hey, that's just speculations, so let's continue. Cherubi is a Pokemon based on a cherry. Now, it has a second head, and this second head actually contains nutrients for Cherubi. Now, weirdly enough, it has a face, but it is edible, and Pokemon always try to eat it, even though it has a face, and it's like, why would you want to eat something with a face? That's sad. All the stuff revolving around Cherubi's second head is kind of strange, because before it evolves, it will like drain the sap from the second head, which will like look like a fucking raisin, and start evolving. So that's how that happens. Cherubi eats via photosynthesis, and it likes honey. Cherubi's name comes from cherry, as in cherry, cherubic, which means childlike, and ruby, which is the color of it. Cherubi's French name is Cherubou. Now, this is kind of strange because it comes from cerise, which means cherry, that's normal, and petit bout. Now, as far as I could find, petit bout means tiny end, which I'm gonna guess is its weird tiny weed head. So strange, but I like it, and I give Cherubi 4 out of 5. Now at level 25, Cherubi evolves into Cherrim. Now, Cherrim has two forms. The overcast form, which is when it's kind of hidden and covering itself. Then it has the sunshine form, which only happens when it is in harsh sunlight, which I think is a cute form, but I actually like the overcast form a little bit more. Cherrim has two forms, but it also kind of has two personalities. Now, it is always in its overcast form unless it's sunny, and when it's in its overcast form, it's like a little shy and to itself, but when the sun hits his face and it turns into this flowery, blossomy thing, it becomes like excited and happy, and it has two personalities, which is fine. But actually, I like it. Why am I saying it like that? I really like that. I think it's so cool. Now, Cherrim's reaction to sunlight is based on photonastic flowers, which are flowers that respond heavily to sunlight in one way or another. Now, its sunshine form is quite obviously based on the cherry blossom, and I really like her. I forgot about Cherrim's existence for some reason, and I'm excited to get myself one in my Platinum version that I'm playing right now. Can I get it in Platinum? Wait, let me see where I can get it, because I want one. I'm not very far in the game yet, so... Honey trees. Okay, that's gonna take some effort. That's gonna take some effort, but I am gonna get one. I'm also gonna get myself a Burmy, and I'll see which one I'll use in my game. Whatever. Cherrim! 5 out of 5. That was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. But I don't know. I don't really know what to say at the end of these anymore. I am working on some new stuff at the moment, so I hope that will please you guys. It will be coming up in the next couple of weeks. Every time I have to end a video, I feel so awkward, so I'm just gonna go now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.